Oh, hi guys, welcome back. So it's been a minute since I've cooked with you. So today we're gonna cook we're gonna make like a high protein mac and cheese with some chicken. So really all you need is some good old macaroni, some cottage cheese. I use some high protein milk. You can probably get some regular milk, that's fine. You're gonna need some skim milk cheese, some regular cheese, pick whatever you want. And then I've used about 800 grams of chicken here. And so yeah, it's about 90 grams of both cheese here, a cup of cottage cheese, and I'm gonna make this fun with some cayenne pepper and paprika to cook my chicken. So I've never actually made it this way, but I'm gonna give it a shot today. So what we wanna do is I'm gonna start with boiling the good old pasta. Follow the recipe on the box. I don't need to instruct you how to do that. And then we're gonna start with cooking our chicken. Okay, so we're just gonna basically fry the chicken a little bit until it's ready, and then I'm gonna remove it from the pan so we can start with the sauce for the mac and cheese. So for the chicken, it's gonna be pretty simple. We're literally gonna throw this in, add some salt and pepper, paprika, cayenne pepper, and we're gonna cook this for about like 7-8 minutes till it's ready. So for this recipe, I entered it earlier. So we're looking at, for macros, we're looking at 516 calories per portion. It's gonna be about 6 portions. 13 grams of fats, 58 grams of carbs, and like 49 grams of protein. So it's pretty high, and it's gonna be really filling, okay? So stay tuned. Start with the chicken. Okay, so chicken is chickening. It's cooking, right? And it's about ready. And then we're gonna throw the pasta in because the water is boiling. So let's do that. Okay, so while this is finishing, this is the fun part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this mac and cheese high protein. How we're gonna do that is with that 1 cup of cottage cheese and about like, I would say, 1/4 cup of high protein milk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend this to make sure that it's a nice and creamy sauce. And we're gonna have that for as soon as the chicken's ready. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out of the pan. I'm gonna use the same pan because I hate doing dishes. And then I'm gonna start, I'm gonna throw this in with the cheese, and we're gonna try to get the sauce a little thicker. We're gonna put the pasta and the chicken back in. We're gonna mix everything together, and we're literally gonna hope for the best. So here we are. Pretty easy peasy. So this is blended. So now all we need to do is to wait for the chicken to be ready. And I'll remove it and put it in another plate so we can get started on the sauce for the mac and cheese. Okay, to recap, this is gonna be in the comment, but okay, so what do we need? We needed a box. I used the full box of, so this is 410 grams, right? And you enter that in MyFitnessPal. I've used some cayenne pepper and some paprika. I've used 1 cup of 2% cottage cheese. Use whatever percentage you want, but this is kind of what I usually use. 1/4 cup of high protein milk, 90 grams of skim milk cheese, and 90 grams of regular cheddar cheese. And then 800 grams of chicken. So literally that's all we need for this recipe. So it's when I made this before, I had like the chicken on the side, but as I'm trying to freeze all of my recipes, I'm gonna try to see what it tastes like with the chicken inside. So it's always a hit and miss. You never really know how good it's gonna taste when you freeze stuff. That being said, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta try things and then adjust as you go, right? Okay, so chicken's ready. So what we're gonna do in the meantime is I've reduced the heat. So basically I kinda use this, right? Because that's gonna be our chicken that we're gonna reintroduce later. That's it. There's lots of good flavors in them from cooking the chicken. So we're gonna use that. And I'm gonna throw the cottage cheese mixture. Make sure that your the heat is reduced for that, because otherwise you're just gonna can start mixing. Look at this, it's already super creamy. That's awesome. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add all of the cheese, and I like a little pepper, so I'm gonna reintroduce a little bit more. You know what? This is whatever you like. If you like spicy stuff, go for it. If you don't, don't. So we're just gonna make sure this is really low. And we're just gonna mix until it gets super creamy. Like, oh, look at this. I apologize if my counter is not clean. It's just the real life here. So this is still boiling. And we're gonna make sure that the heat does its thing here. This is a perfect, I feel like it's gonna be a really perfect texture. So I'm really excited. There's about 3 minutes left for the pasta, so we're gonna let this cook, and then as soon as it's ready, I'm gonna mix everything together, and I'm sure you guys. Okay, so our noodles are ready. Let's rinse them out. So actually is kind of creamy. I may have left the cheese going for a little too long, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I know it looks kind of weird from here, but honestly it smells really good. And all I have to do now will be to portion everything in like 6 portions, right? So I calculated that it's going to be 6 portions, so I got 6 containers out. I'm gonna weigh this, and so right, so you want to just put the container on there, and we're gonna even those portions, and then that's basically it. So honestly, that recipe took, I'm gonna say like 15 minutes total, and it's blurry because I had to boil water and put the noodles, and then that's it. So 15 minutes, pretty high in protein, bit of carbs, right? But at the same time, we all need those carbs. They're good for energy. So that's what I got. So I'm gonna just make sure that 6 portions was right, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so it sure did. It gave me 6 portions of about 300 grams per container. It's really sad, I've already ate, so I can't taste this right now. That being said, it smells amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna freeze, I'm gonna keep 2 out in the fridge, and I'm gonna freeze 4 of them, so I can pull them out anytime I want. So that's a really good trick. And again, everything is saved in my fitness pal, so all I have to do is like my recipe, click, enter it, in the days I'm gonna wanna eat it, and that's it. So you can subscribe, you can leave your comments, you can like, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep throwing some information in here, like some kind of quick information about nutrition. Some questions you may have, please ask them here, because that gives me like content to be able to answer to you. And if you have those questions, it means that a lot of people have those questions, right? So thank you guys for watching this, and I'll see you next time I want to cook something else. Ciao, ciao.